Welcome to Radiant Reiki with Carol. My name is Carol, and we're going to be talking on this channel not just about Reiki, but about all things spiritual. Today, I'm going to talk to you about communication with heaven or from heaven, and all the signs that our deceased loved ones or our angels or our guides sometimes will try to get our attention. And we need to notice the signs so we know that that's what they're doing, that they are really trying to let you know they love you, they're here, they're happy, they're noticing what you're doing in your life, and it's very comforting. First thing I notice is feathers. Feathers could be put in your path as you're walking somewhere, and that very likely could be somebody from heaven. One time, my daughter and I, my son-in-law, we were all about ready to decorate the Christmas tree. So I opened up this box of Christmas ornaments that had been closed for over a year. And open it up, boom, big white feather in there. Now, how did a feather get in there? A beautiful feather. I think it was my parents were here saying, hey, we're going to decorate that tree with you. So if you notice the signs, it makes the people in heaven so happy that you're seeing that they're here with you. Another thing that happens is butterflies. Butterflies that fly right near you, practically sometimes crashing into you or something, that could be from heaven as well. They love to use butterflies. They're often just something that is butterflies and birds. If you get a visit from birds, then that's probably somebody who's passed over as well. Either the bird might come very close, or they just turn and look at you. They're fairly close, and they turn and look at you and start squawking. You know, chances are that's them saying hi. I had a bird. I had a friend that passed over a few years ago, and I had this bird that would come and bump into the glass on my window in my condo, and it happened all the time. I mean, when something happens a lot, you cannot discount that. You know, that's going on, right? And it was especially when I was sad, I needed a pick-me-up, I might be, doing something and I'm not or when I'm missing him, boom, there it was. It was just so fun to, something in our physical world that they tried to communicate with, right? Another thing they do is coins. They could be dimes, pennies, or even quarters that they'll lay in your path. And they could be out in the world, or they could be in your house. And you're like, this is weird. And sometimes more than one. But just don't discount it. That's them saying hi. And you got to say hi back. Another thing is a dragonfly. A dragonfly is a symbol of transformation. So if you see a dragonfly like land on you or come near you, it could be that the angels are saying, hey, we noticed your transformation. We see that. And it's always a transformation for the good, not for the bad. So that's a cool one to get too. Or a smooth and unique rock that might be, or stone that's placed in your path. Something that catches your eye and you go, wow, that's really a beautiful, they sent that to you. So for your pleasure. So don't discount that. That's something from them. It's a gift. Nature is wonderful with all the gifts, right? Also smelling familiar scents. So like my mom had this special certain type of perfume. So sometimes I smell that perfume. She also loved gardenias and would wear them in her hair sometimes. So I sometimes smell that, not when there's no gardenias around. So if you smell a familiar scent and it makes you think of one of your loved ones, chances are they're there. They are there. They sometimes like to move items in your home. And you start feeling like, what? I can't find my whatever it is. Why, I didn't put that there. Who put this here? Well, they like to mess with you sometimes. In addition to moving items, they'll do electricity. They love electricity. So your TV, but lights flickering. If lights flicker, chances are that's them saying, we're here, we're here. You can also sometimes sense someone's presence behind you. You know how you can feel if somebody steps up behind you? Well, if you turn to look and no one's there, chances are that's a loved one there. You also sometimes seeing someone in your peripheral vision, and then you turn to look and no one's there, but you could have sworn you saw somebody going by. That could also be them. You also, sometimes they call your name. This can happen like in a public place, or it could even happen at home, or even in a dream state. They call your name, and it's usually a familiar voice, a voice that you know, probably your loved one, right? So listen for that. Don't discount that. You turn around like, who did somebody just call me? What's going on? Oh, I just see a bird out there right now. Another thing they might do is show you angel numbers. So like on your phone, you might see repeating numbers like 333, 444, 1111. Those are beautiful angel numbers. So you can Google what the angel numbers mean. But if you see those, now you're going to say, well, that could just be the time. Well, of course, yes, it could. But it could, if you keep seeing these often, that's more than just the time. Okay, so notice it. And they are trying so hard to get your attention. You want to notice what they do, right? Also music or a favorite song that might come on that you know is that person's favorite song. That might come on at a certain time and you go, wow, that makes me think I was just thinking about him and here he is. So one time I was blow drying my hair and I was thinking about my friend who had passed, and I was probably crying a little bit and talking to him. And then I get in the car, after I get all dressed, I get in the car, turn on my music, and boom, there's the song Lean on Me. And we used to sing that together in choir. We used to sing it, just the two of us would sing it all the time. So I knew I had just been thinking about him, and then this song comes on. So that's a beautiful synchronicity, that they're trying to get your attention and tell you they're here for you and they love you, right? Okay, I think that's most of them. Oh, ringing in your ears. Sometimes people, now if this is a health issue for you, then that's not for you. But for people who don't normally get ringing, if you get a ring in your ears, that could be them trying to get your attention. I get drumming in my ears, like a vibration. And it's usually when someone's talking and I need to listen to whatever they're saying. My angel guides will get my attention that way. So it could be drumming for you too. Who knows? But there's, if you want to communicate to them or call them in and then look for those signs, all you have to do is say their name and start talking to them and they will come. But you can do that. You can also pray or meditate and think about them in your meditation and pray about them. All of those things are going to bring them in. You could write a letter to them. They'll see it. They'll hear it. They'll probably, and then look for a sign afterwards because they will see that letter, right? And whatever crazy synchronicity you see, believe it because they are here. They want to be here for you. And so another thing I do is make appointments with my angel guides because like when I do Reiki appointments, whether it be in distance or in person, I invite them, I tell them, I need you to come and help me with this Reiki for this person at this time on this date. And I think it's respectful to make an appointment because maybe they're busy doing something cool. You don't want to take them away from everything. Like you're you're more important than they are, right? So I make an appointment. So you can make an appointment with your loved one. Say, hey, I would really love for you to show me a sign sometime tomorrow in the morning, or something like that. You can ask for those things. And that would be nice. That'll give them time to try to work something out. I one time I asked if I could see, I said, I want to see a hummingbird, right? Now I'm thinking hummingbird in person, right? But I never saw that hummingbird in person. But I did see an oracle card with a hummingbird on it. And I went, okay, there's my hummingbird. There you go. So make sure you notice those things too. They're all around us, right? Notice those signs. In love and light. See you next time.